We are our Oasis system, which is our fully web-based system, and we're offering Oasis in two formats, one where you can install it at the library, the other can be a hosted format. And with the hosted format, that's something that we host for you. We do all the backups, all the updates. And now we also have a promotion that if you're using Oasis or M3 and you would like us to host the system for you, then you can move to our hosting solution, no cost for the upgrade. And then once service and update agreement is due, that's when you would pay the hosting fee. More pricing and information on that at a later date. We have almost 4,000 libraries worldwide, and we're installed in over 35 countries. Okay. Okay. To the next slide, Allie.
Sure.
And myself, I've been been with Mandarin for over 20 years. I'm part owner of the company and vice president of operations. Various technology over the past 29 years. And librarian, Holly's been a Mandarin trainer since 2000. Over 80 years of technical expertise as well. And she's also on her local board of trustees in her local library in Weehawken, New Jersey. And just to show you a picture of the corporate office down in Boca Raton, Florida, we've been in that place since the early 80s. And we have lots of librarians come down and visit us throughout the year, and we have a little cafe in there, so you're always welcome to stop in and visit with us. So go ahead and start talking about the new version of Oasis, version 2.85. Get into that. There's a couple of other really neat things that we've got coming down the road very early. We have a really cool-looking children's OPAC. Children will have the option to select one of 4 different interfaces to use. They're really great, and that should be out the next month or so. We're also going to get access to ebooks directly through Oasis as well, and the web OPAC, where you can actually purchase books through the system directly from the publishers. So they'll be real affordable because you're not purchasing them through a distributor. You purchase them directly from the publisher. And through that service, it's actually called TabView, and through the service, everything will get managed as well from a digital right perspective. And if you purchase a book through the system, the such that the library or school would be able to use that ebook. So it's unlimited rights within the library, within the school. So this time, we'll go ahead and move to the new features of Oasis 2.85. And as we go through the upgrades and the information, if you have questions, please ask. That way we can answer them as soon as you think of them. So go ahead and things over to Holly.
Thank you.
Well, does anybody have any questions?
Can everybody see the Mandarin Oasis screen? Okay, great. Thank you for replying. I see Rebecca just chatted to me, so if anybody else wants to chat a message, you can do so. There's a chat box at the top of your screen. What we're looking at right now is Mandarin Oasis and the web OPAC. What we'll be doing today is showing you the different features that are available in here. The first thing that I'm going to do is to go up to the upper right-hand corner and sign into the program. Once I sign into the program, you'll be able to see some of the different features that will be available to you, and we'll be talking about those different features. If we look at the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see that there's a new tab that's been added, and that's called my bibliographies. Also, down on the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a link that has also been added that says Enter Setup. So I signed in as an administrator, so because I signed in as an administrator, the system knows that I have all rights and privileges, and I'm allowed to enter here the setup. You don't have to worry if your students sign in or if a patron comes into the library and signs in. They don't have administrative rights, so they wouldn't see this Enter Setup, but they would see this My Bibliographies over here. We have added this Enter Setup link here to make the setup configuration much easier for you. So all you have to do now is click on this link, and then you'll enter in your login and password. With that, you now have access to the setup. So you can come into library settings, and you can change the name of your library. You can remove this Mandarin Oasis placeholder, and you can import a picture of your library or a logo of your library. Check the chat window. Okay, Pam has a question. Can I manage setup if we have a system administrated through school district BOCES? Yes, you can. You would have access to your setup, and then you would see different links to the different schools, and you would just click then on your individual school. Art, do you want to add anything to that?
No, that's really up to I guess the BOCES, and I really don't foresee a problem with that at all.
Okay. All right. So library settings, that's where we'll go, and we'll put the title of the library, the name of the library, the logo of the library, or a picture. Also, if you wanted to allow your patrons to email you, you can set up a librarian email address or a library email address. Under options, you can come in here and you can turn features on and off. So if I wanted to, for instance, turn off any of the languages, we have English, Spanish, French, German, Italian, and Chinese. If you wanted to turn off any of those languages, you could do so. Just like you have the ability to enable the book bag, enable features such as save to the book bag, email book bag, you can turn all those features on or you can turn them off. And it's done right in the setup. Also, from setup, we can go in and we can configure the visual search. So I could come in here and I can change my visual search. If I wanted to add a new button or a new query button or a new link, I can do that right in here. Also go in and modify any of my current visual search components. So since here we have a component for mystery books. If I have a patron that likes mystery books and wants to go in and see all of the mystery items I have, well, they can go in and just click that button because I've configured it to look for all books that have a subject of mystery and a local call number of fiction. Do a whole slew of things with this visual search. Bulletin board. Now your bulletin board may show 5 images, or if you have a small screen resolution patch installed, it will only show 4 images. You control those images right here by choosing a file, upload a picture, and then that picture will be displayed right on your desktop. Or you can link to the pictures a URL. So for instance, I have an image right here that says ebook. And if we look at the corresponding URL, we see that if you click on that URL, it goes right out to Digital Library NJ. And you can, in case, download ebooks here. So you can go out to all kinds of websites here. Do you have any questions so far? time, you can do so. Okay. One of the new features that are built in is the ability to customize a template. So I can go in and I can go into my record templates and I can specify a default template. So in this case, my bibliographic template default is a book template. I can change this and I can make my equipment holdings template. I can equipment template my default. My holdings template can be a serial item. My default patron template, the patron template. Okay, Marlene says, don't quite understand the bulletin board. All right, let me go back out to the catalog and show you our bulletin board. This is the bulletin board. Bulletin board would link one of these images. What you can have your bulletin board do is you can link out to a website, or you can just have it link out to a document that says the library is open specific hours. I hope that's a question. If not, please let me know. We're going to move back in now to cataloging, and I'll show you how you can customize a template. We can click on Add Record. My default template of book comes up. I'll drop down and I can change this to any of the other templates. Customize a template by clicking on Advanced Editor. And here I can do things like insert a field. So if I insert the 856 field, I can do so. Fields. Okay. And field has been added for me. See, here's my 856 field. I can put in my location if I like. If I want to click my type in my location, I can do so. Subfields by just clicking on the delete button. And I delete one of my subfields. I can go in and insert a subfield just by clicking on the field, and it allows me to insert a subfield. Once I'm done customizing this template, I'm going to click on Basic Editor. And I have my option to save as template. So I'm just going to click Save as Template. I'm going to name it. All right, I'm going to name it Holly. Okay, click OK. Template has been saved for me. I'm going to cancel out of this, and I'm going to show you how you can access that template now. Like before, when I went to Add Record, this was my default template because in Setup I said this was my default template. Down to the drop down, now see we have a template and it's called Holly P. So if we access that template, we'll see all of the customized put in here. Questions about that? I'm going to delete a template if you decide later on that you don't want this template anymore. You can always enter the setup again, put in your login and password. And then we go to Record Template, we see that we can select that template and we can just delete it. And I want to delete this, and I say OK, so I deleted it. Okay. This one as well. Clean a little bit. Any questions about any of that? I have a comment here from Pam. It says no field numbers display. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, Pam. Could you clarify that for me a little bit? Okay, template has been created. All right. If we take a look, if we go back into Add Template, the basic editor, field numbers do not display. But if you go to the advanced editor, then field numbers displayed. So it depends on how you want to look at this template. You know, if a person is not very familiar with their mark field tags, they may use the big editor, so they don't have to remember 245A is title. It just says title right here. Okay? Any other questions? I missed the toggle feature. Okay? The toggle feature in this is going from advanced editor to basic editor. So any information that you type in the advanced editor, if you switch back to basic editor, that information will still be there. Any of you that are looking for the toggle feature, you have to switch back to basic editor. Okay. One thing that I'd like to show you is I'd like to do a search for items. So let's say that I want to work curriculum in my school and I want to create a list. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to search for items. Some items right here. And this would be a good opportunity for me to show you that we have a spell check built in if anybody's not familiar with the spell check. Okay. If I spell a word, you see here it says, did you mean? So let's say that we're doing a lesson plan on the Titanic. I click here, since I spelled it wrong, if I just click on the correct spelling, it now gives me all of the information on the Titanic. I just see another question came in from Rebecca. It says, is Mandarin using RDA yet? Art, please correct me if I'm wrong, but yes, that has been implemented in the newest release, correct?
Yeah, that is totally correct, yes.
Okay. So to answer your question, yes, Mandarin is using RDA as well. Okay. The next feature that I want to show you is the ability to create bibliographies or multiple book bags. And I was talking about using this with curriculum if I wanted to go and set up different book bags or different bibliographies. If you're in a public library, your patrons can also use this if they wanted to keep a list of all the books that they read, or if they want to keep a wish list of all books that they would like to read, they can do that. Here is I can come over to this plugin, click on it, and now I'm going to create my book bag. So I'm going to name this book bag Titanic. I'm going to click Create. Now I can go in and I can add items to this book bag. I'm going to switch it from the regular book bag to the Titanic book bag. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some items into my bag. So I'm just going to click Add to my book bag, okay. Now what I can do once I go into the book bag, if we look on the upper right hand corner, there's a link here for book bag. I have the ability now to do things in this book bag like save to a flash drive, format, print it, email, or save it as a bibliography. So if I click Save as Bibliography, it now saves it as a bibliography. I can avoid items from my book bag, or I remove this entire book bag. Over here, and I click on My Bibliographies, we see that I have 2 bibliographies here. I have a Titanic one, so here's Titanic book bag right here. And the great thing about this is I can take this link now, and I can just copy this link, and I can paste it to CMS, or I paste it on a web page, and I can give anybody now access to this bibliography. So again, going back to curriculums, for those of you that are in schools, if you wanted to put this onto your CMS, you let your students see it. Those of you that are in a public library, if you wanted to come in here and create a what's new list and post that right on your CMS, you can do so. Of course, I can go in and I can delete these. So here, mystery bibliography shows all of the mystery items. And if I no longer want these, and I can just delete them. Okay? Always ask me, am I sure? Have any questions? Some of the other things that I wanted to speak about are things that we really can't show you with the new updates. They're things that are built right in, such as the speed that has been significantly improved in circulation, the speed of transactions. So if you have patrons with a large number of loans, that's been significantly improved. Also, some issues, for instance, a bug that called caused circulation sessions to display records from other workstations has been resolved. So things like that really can't show you, but I wanted to let you know that there also have been some issues that have been resolved, and you can get a full list of our features and resolutions in the program right on our website. So at this point, I'd like to open up the floor to any questions. If anybody has any questions about either our new features or Oasis or the Web OPAC, I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. And to add anything?
No, unless anybody has questions.
No.
No.
Okay, we have a couple questions coming up here. Let's see. Question is, does the link update? Yes, it does. If you add items to the bibliography, the link does update. Pam asks, what is CMS? Pam, that's an excellent question. CMS is our new content management system, and if you wanted to see a trial of CMS, what you could do is go to our website, and I'm going to go to our website right now. The website address is mlasolutions.com. Just go to products, to click on CMS, right? You can read more about CMS. We also have a video online that will tell you a little bit more about CMS, and you can go in and you can actually take a look at it. So if I click, for instance, on K-12, a moment to bring that up.
The question, Ellie, was that Pam?
That was Pam, yes.
Okay. Pam, which library are you with? Are we hosting for you now?
Pam hasn't answered as of
Okay. Pam, hosting for you, or if anybody is interested in moving to hosting, CMS is something that we include at no additional cost for hosting, and basically it lets you with a website or a web page for your library, and it's a website you would easily be able to go in and add your own content to. Bring up the K-12 CMS. So that's fine. That's fine. Thumbs up is okay. So you can kind of see at the very top, you can link to Oasis. Definitely connected to your catalog, so students and patrons can still do standard searches and enhanced searches and visual searching and things like that. And then in the bottom half, you have different apps, lib apps, libraries of upcoming programs where you can easily go in and add your own events to the calendar. And then what's new? Includes hot, and that's directly connected to your catalog as to which items have been circulated most often. And the pictures of the book automatically appear from Google Books. So readings, if that could be new items if you wanted to see those just by typing in the ISBN number. And a student or community art gallery, you can put any kind of a digital image in there or audio file. And then RSS feed, you can have your own, determine what RSS feed you want brought into the library. You can play back previously recorded videos. Then, of course, Newsstand, you can link to school newspapers, community newspapers, campus newspapers, blogs, or any other web-accessible links. That's CMS. This is the templates we have. We're in the process of creating multiple templates, also different themes as well. I mentioned for the Oasis OPAC, we have the children's OPAC that we will be releasing very soon. To that question about CMS?
Rebecca had a question here. Can patrons create their own logon and modify it? To answer your question, Rebecca, patrons would be able to log on. The logon is either going to be their book, or you can give them a special logon in the patron's MARC record. You can insert a logon. The patron would be able to then go in and modify their password. So they change that password. And of course, if the patron forgets the password, the librarian always has the ability to go in and modify the record themselves. Art, Pam asked another question about an interface to eChalk.
eChalk?
Yes.
I mean, that's something that, Holly, we could do through the bulletin board or through visual search.
Yes, we could. About that, Pam, just let me know.
Yeah, just email about that and be happy to help.
Okay. All right. We have another question. The visual search, are you able to customize with one subject heading? Yes, you are. You can customize that with multiple subject headings. You can also use your Boolean operators of and or not to bring different searches together. And we are going to be having additional webinars on in the visual search as well. If anybody's interested in our other webinars, we have them bi-weekly in the month of August, and you can pick a webinar that you want to go to and just for it, just like you did with this one. Just check our website, and you'll see the listing of all the different webinars. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions?
just one thing I want to mention. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. And if you have any additional suggestions for topics you'd like us to see, just drop us an email or give us a call. I'll be happy to do a webinar on a variety of topics. Plus, as I mentioned, we'll be having two webinars per week. So just check our website and sign up if it's something you're interested in.
And I see that you asked a question about if you save a template and make it your default in Oasis, we'll save it in M3 as well. I will look into that for you. I don't know the answer to that right now, but I can definitely look into that and get back to you.
Thank you.
Sure. Do you have any other questions? Okay. Okay, then as I mentioned, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. And if there's anything that we can do, just email us or give us a call. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.